Hey everyone, and lipstick on teeth check. Happy Halloween, happy fall. Today we are doing my costume. This is a two-part costume and I'm going to be Mima from A Perfect Blue. I did buy this steel case DVD for this video, but it has great visuals that will come in handy. So cosplay, Halloween costume, I really wanted to do a photo shoot. A Perfect Blue inspired photo shoot. This is one of my favorite movies and I would categorize this as a thriller. Like, I want to be a horror movie buff, but I'm actually a thriller movie buff. Little less known. Is rumored that a lot of the visuals from the movie Black Swan were pulled from this Satoshi Kon movie. So the premise of this movie is a Japanese idol and she wants to leave her pop idol group and pursue an acting career. And in this movie, she deals with super fans, super management, and just the stressors and manipulations in the industry, all while you're kind of, as a viewer, wondering if she is just mentally unraveling during the process. I really recommend this movie, with some trigger warnings, of course. While I'm also attempting a Black Swan costume, I want to do a Perfect Blue photo shoot. And what does your photo shoot need? Costumes. I'm a beginner, so hopefully you can also do this as well and easily recreate these costumes. Now, you know me, everything I touch becomes silly. I entered a contest with @TrixieClothing on Instagram and won. I picked these out because they are perfect for exactly what we're doing today. It is 2 looks and I think they're going to be really easy, and if you want it to follow at home, these are currently in stock on the website, so you'll be able to buy those pretty easily. Oop, there were scissors in my pocket. Actually the whole time. So the first thing I want to do is recreate her idol costume. And I already went to Joann Fabric and picked out this really nice pink satiny costume fabric. You can see in this picture here, it kind of has some shine to it, but it is much more of a pinky pink. This is a bit more Pepto-Bismol, this is a bit more Barney, but we are going to go for it. Here is our dress, and I deep cleaned this carpet for this video so that we wouldn't see any cat hairs. So here's our dress, and I think it's a really good base for making this idol costume. And this is what we're going to be going for. What I'm thinking is we can pretty easily, I feel, put some trim right around bodice, hello? Right around here. And then I think just add some of this costume fabric along the bottom and it'll just show a little bit. Around the top of the bust is more pink trim. So here's my plan from my craft table that is so small. I hate sewing on this. I am going to, for the bottom, it's going to be pretty easy to hide the like raw edge, but here it's going to be a little bit more difficult, so I am going to fold this way like this, fold this edge, and then I'm going to have this flipped, so I'm going to sew it kind of upside down the best I can to this line, and then have this flip over, and hopefully that is like really tight in there. So I'm going to sew a little bit, fold the fabric like that, sew a little bit more, fold again. Well, let's plug in the sewing machine. Now, you know that I probably did something stupid because sewing is a muscle and I haven't used my sewing machine in a long time. So I forgot that there was a zipper on the back because I was thinking about down here and up here being the same and forgot about the zipper. And you know, my mind was like so over the zipper, so over it. And I just like randomly started up front, whereas I could have started on each end of the zipper. So it took me like 4 hours to do the math here. And then I accidentally sewed this right side out. And of course I'm using yellow thread in my bobbin. The bottom is gonna be a lot easier. I have switched to the appropriate thread color, I think, white, right? The bottom is gonna be so much easier. I keep repeating. But yeah, a couple hours went by because every time you do a sewing project, you have to remember how to sew. One thing though is I got like sewing machine grease on this, of course. There's also like a piece of grease on here. This fabric, girl, is like really, really, really unforgiving. If I were to like puh, it would create like water stains. I don't even know why I demoed that. It wasn't worth it. Okay, so I think we see the vision. Like, even in my reflection, I'm like, oh yeah, that's her. And it's a little bit Princess Peach, a little bit. The top does not cover all the way. And obviously, this part got stuck in the sewing machine. I think it looks fun. Like, I'm like, woo! Like, from the Titanic, like, when Rose gets a little loose. I need to fix that, and then I need to iron. I want to iron the like ruffles into it better. I'm going to seam rip this top piece out and just try again. I don't have a lot of fabric left. Could work, but it's so scrappy. I'm just worried about it. And then I also still have to make the headband. So I want to make this work, but I want to be better at this stuff. So I feel like I also have to learn the discipline. So my brain has finally defrosted and I had a good idea. A piece of fabric I have left really. Sewed the ends closed, turn it inside out, right side out. And it's this complete thing. So far for all of the seams, I've just been like folding them over as I get to them. This is so much smarter. I wish I had done that the whole time. It's so much cleaner. Every time I touch this dress, I get like my own filth on it. It's covered in lipstick. Okay, you know, we're back at it. At the Krispy Kreme. I think that's perfect. I think it's correct. I think I could have exaggerated it more. Let's do one more try on and then I think the pink costume is done. Well, I can understand why she didn't want to dress this way. I think we got it. I think we nailed it. I think we did it. It still has pockets. I am very happy with how it turned out. It's time for phase 2 of what I'm trying to do, and that is, this is nice. Day 3 of getting ready for this like perfect blue cosplay photo shoot. So today I'm shooting for Mima, which is like the fan, the like super fan, and I'm only going to be shooting like really quickly, like 2 photos and maybe like 3 seconds of footage. So Mima is this chap, this like super fan, and I wish I had a green screen or something because I definitely think I could do this because this Mima in this red outfit is my next part of this video. But you can see in his bedroom he has like all posters and pictures of her. So yesterday I went to CVS and I printed out a couple headshots I took specifically for his aspect of the cosplay. I'm not sure if it's in here, but there's this really scary image of him in his house or apartment or whatever, like over his computer, and you could see he's like, ooh. So I think a lot of this is gonna have to be lighting. So I downloaded this app for this light specifically. This is the GVM light. I got it from Amazon, so I can link it, but it has a companion app, not sponsored, literally never downloaded the app before. It has this thing called scenes, and right now I have it on TV. See how the light is kind of changing? Party. I'll put it back on TV for the sake of our eyes. This one, I just felt like I needed one more picture. This is clearly from like 6 years ago. CVS would only let me access like the last 8 pictures in my camera roll when I went to print them out. So this and this are the same picture. It is all set up and it looks awesome. I think it came out really good though. And I just sprayed my hair with water and gave myself like a side part. Put concealer on my lips, because that kind of looks like him a little bit. So we are moving on to the red dress, and I don't think this has to be a super big deal. Well, originally I wanted to just seam rip these off because I mean, I wouldn't mind sewing them back on, I guess, if this doesn't work out. I think this dress is pretty cute. It's pretty flattering on. As far as this goes, I think I can just really seam rip this out. That was my goal all along. I even treated myself to a nice seam ripper with a grip. So I think I'm gonna get started on this, and if it's at all complicated, I will update you. And if I ruin the dress, I managed to take some cute photos in it, and isn't that just what it's all about? Okay. That was pretty easy. So that was my perfect blue Halloween costume cosplay. I think the visuals came out really, really, really well. I think everything is pretty convincing, and I used very budget-friendly things. I already had the socks, and the headband did not work out. Although I could dye my fingers red, the headband stayed this pink color. I'm not really great at Photoshop. I would say I'm 0 at Photoshop. I took 1 class in high school. I'm hoping that I can kind of finesse in post a red headband. Definitely not video. I don't think I can do that. I will say if I wasn't on a deadline, I would have waited and got a red headband because I think it's pretty iconic, pretty important to the look. Other than that, I feel like I learned a lot sewing and I feel really good about it. And I've done other cosplays in the past where I was like, good enough. I like it, you know. This time around, I felt really good about all of the looks. I think if I were to ever go to a convention, I could wear this or my other look completely fine, and it would 100% translate. People would absolutely know who I was. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a ton of fun. I learned a lot. Do check out my Instagram where I will have the reel of everything put together and all the visuals and stuff like that. Hopefully, I don't know, I'm up for more sewing challenges, so definitely leave them in the comments down below. Happy Halloween. I love you dearly. And thank you always for letting me have a space to explore. You know where to find behind the scenes content, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you so much, and happy Halloween.